Hello guys, welcome to Study IQ. Today we are going to have a very interesting discussion regarding Afghanistan. Of late, we have been having a lot of speculative discussion with respect to what would be Joe Biden, the United States President, his policy with respect to Afghanistan be. We have discussed some of the policy options in front of him, right? But today we are going to discuss actuality. Although I wouldn't say it would be a concrete policy, but we are going to talk about the contours of the end game in Afghanistan. Means what is the outline of Biden's policy right now with respect to Afghanistan? It has come out because the news is very ripe, although the reports are sketchy from Afghanistan, but there is a talk of a letter from United States to Afghanistan where they have given some conclusion to the review of their policy in Afghanistan. So we want to talk about what is exactly USA's plan with respect to Afghanistan, and at the end of the discussion we are going to talk about its potential impact on India and what should India do. So we're going to get a lot of ideas here, and this particular discussion would be very important from GS2 perspective, because questions related to IR are always there. Now, if you look at international relations questions, both in general studies as well as in PSIR, you always get a question on India-US or India-Afghanistan relations. So it gives you a good fodder here. So stay tuned. You're going to get very interesting information. But before we begin the discussion, I am your friend Rahul Saigaonkar, and if you want to follow me, you can follow me on the ID Rahul Sai 222. If you have any doubts, any queries, you can directly message me on Instagram. I do reply on weekends. Apart from this, we have a good news for all the UPSC civil services examination aspirants. We have a smart course which includes both prelims and mains, and you do know that the notification for examination has already come. The exam is in June. So we have a slew of courses which includes both prelims and mains. Just visit our website, or you can download the app from Google Play Store to know more. And we do have attractive EMI options. So please go there and get the details. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel Study IQ. Right, let's first talk about the news, why we are talking about all these things. We know that the peace process in Afghanistan has been lingering for very long now. Trump's era has gone. Now Joe Biden's administration has begun. Everybody was looking at Joe Biden, what would he do in Afghanistan? So the peace process has now reached a very critical point. Why? Because if we talk about the last decade or so, there have been 3 presidents now. There was Barack Obama before, and Barack Obama's vice president was Joe Biden again. So there was Barack Obama, then there was Donald Trump, and now there is Joe Biden, US president. The then US president Barack Obama initially announced that United States forces and the NATO forces are going to exit from Afghanistan in a future date. Although the date was not decided, but with coming of Donald Trump, he hastened the exit of United States soldiers. In fact, last year in March 2020, the Doha Agreement was signed between Taliban and United States forces. In fact, last time around exactly in 2020 ending, Donald Trump did announce that he wanted his soldiers to come to United States and celebrate Christmas there, right? So he wanted an early exit by abandoning mostly Afghanistan's fate to themselves, because Taliban was made a party already in March 2020 agreement. And now Joe Biden has been running that legacy. That means Joe Biden has now caught on to the legacy of Donald Trump, where this particular agreement which was signed, now it has to be respected by Joe Biden. And now some decisive step has come, although which is in store also. Now, what are we going to talk about? There are some sketchy details. In the Afghanistan social media and in the political circles, the news is very rife. There are many corroborated official sources in Afghanistan which have suggested that a letter has arrived from United States of America, from United States Secretary of State, the new Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken. In this particular letter, Anthony Blinken has unveiled the conclusion of the review of USA towards Afghanistan policy. And this particular letter has been addressed to Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani as well as the other leader Abdullah, right? So what are the details of this? In the news reports, it's coming that the letter actually confirms that United States is going to fully withdraw from Afghanistan as early as May 1st, which was specified in the Doha Agreement last year. That means United States is going to respect the agreement that was signed by Donald Trump. Means Biden is going to respect what Trump did during his time, right? Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani has been warned in this particular letter that when the United States forces and the NATO forces, they come out, then the security situation in Afghanistan is going to deteriorate further and Taliban could gain more and more ground there. So they have already warned. This letter actually gives a roadmap. And what is this particular roadmap? In the letter, it has been mentioned that the US government has now advocated to Ashraf Ghani and Abdullah that a new inclusive government in Afghanistan will come up where there would be a 50% share of power with Taliban. There would be an interim government where on one side it will be Ashraf Ghani, Abdullah, and on the other side there would be representatives of Taliban. And by giving this 50% representation to the Taliban, there would be a quid pro quo, meaning Taliban must give something. Taliban will give a permanent and comprehensive ceasefire to all the violence. And to begin this particular ceasefire, United States has actually proposed, apparently, that Taliban reduce the violence for 3 months. That means for a temporary ceasefire, United States is now ready to give 50% power to Taliban. And we all know that Ashraf Ghani is against this particular power sharing, while Taliban is also not very comfortable with Ashraf Ghani and other leaders. They suggest that the power should come to Taliban. We all know the Taliban belief system is what? They think they are a victor right now because they are sitting on the table with the power United States and they have already signed an agreement last year, right? Now, apart from this, Ashraf Ghani, the president of Afghanistan, has been encouraged to work very, very closely now with a broad consultative group which includes Abdullah, which includes former President Hamid Karzai, and which also includes former Mujahideen commander Abdul Rasul Sayyaf. And apparently it is suggested that the objective of this particular consultative group would be to build a consensus on specific goals and objectives with respect to the negotiations that are going to take place in the interim government. That means how is the power going to be shared? How governance is going to be run? Will it be an Islamic Sharia rule or will it be a democracy, etc., etc.? All these things will be discussed and essential supporting principles will also be discussed. That means this would be very similar to the intra-Afghan dialogue where a common ground would be brought between the national government right now, whose leader is Ashraf Ghani, and the Taliban. That means it's a very, very simple solution. Already, United States is going to decide that they're going to come out of Afghanistan by May 1st, 2021. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But please be aware that there is still a lot of uncertainty with this plan. I told you about the letter. Again, this entire discussion, I would say, is a little speculative because no official statement has come either from Afghanistan or United States, but it's just from the news channels where they have been highlighting a letter from Anthony Blinken. But when we look at America, America is still divided over this entire Afghanistan issue. There are many people in the US administration who believe that they need to defend the American values and they are not supposed to leave Afghanistan till Taliban ends violence. Till there is a meaningful ceasefire, till there is a meaningful peace process, United States should not leave. There is one set of people who believe this. There is another set of people, especially some Pentagon officials, they are very, very passionate about keeping a small United States military presence in Afghanistan just to keep a check on the adherence of the agreement and keep a check on the violence. So there is still a little bit of uncertainty, but nonetheless, the letter does talk about the conclusion of the review of Afghanistan policy where United States is likely to get out or likely to take out their forces very, very soon by May 1st, 2021, right? Now, this is the news. Main important thing for us, what about India? Now, we all know we have a lot of stakes in Afghanistan. Now, in general, when you talk about India, India has to deal with two parties. There is Taliban on one side and there is the national government of Ashraf Ghani on the other side. And we already know we clearly prefer the national government, but it's already a given thing now that Taliban is going to be a part and parcel of the government because United States believes it. All the other negotiators, I would say Pakistan, China, Russia, they have all made Taliban to a large extent a party here. So in general, the bilateral relations are going on very, very well with Afghanistan. But when the Taliban government comes, who knows what's going to happen. In fact, as of now, Afghanistan's acting Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mohammad Hanif Atmar, is going to visit New Delhi in March 2021. In fact, in future, there is a possibility that India is going to be a part of the consultation process also. Right now, I told you a consultative group, so India might have some sort of representation, but India has to be ready because the moment of reckoning has come for us. whatever you're fearing a lot that is going to happen in future, perhaps almost 90% certainty has come now that Taliban in some capacity would be in the government. So it is now better for India to directly engage with those people who are going to be in the government, be it the national government or Taliban. We cannot sit on the sidelines now. In fact, I would say this is an opportunity for India that if America exits, India must step up its assistance materially to defend the Afghan Republic. India has always been a promoter of democracy in Afghanistan, but we cannot take that liberty now of simply supporting one particular party, because if we keep on supporting one party, the other party will go away and Taliban now will be a part and parcel of the government. So it is better we start negotiating with them also. But in general, a way forward for India would be to explore commonalities, especially with the countries which are interested in democracy in Afghanistan, and make an alliance or some sort of partnership so that Afghanistan crisis is dealt with. And if America gets out, then try to build an alliance of people who are willing to contribute in Afghanistan, maybe directly soldiers in Afghanistan, etc. But that is a far-fetched idea still. But nonetheless, the entire conclusion of this discussion is that India has to be ready to engage with anybody, be it the national government or the Taliban going into future. So it's going to be very, very interesting. So wait and watch till May 1st, 2021. We will bring all the updates to you as soon as possible on Study IQ. That's it from my side. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.